Welcome, everyone here at ICAST. We'll give it a second here for a few folks to jump on. So welcome, NuCanoe Nation. We're also streaming this on the Paddle and Fin Podcast Network as well. So welcome everybody to the fabulous NuCanoe booth here in Orlando, Florida, at ICAST 2021. Super nice to have this happen again, right?
Yeah, it's been it's been 2 years now.
Yeah.
Kind of threw things off, but getting back here today, getting set up, walking around the show, man, this feels like ICAST. This feels like back to normal, and I am excited for the show. It's going to be fun.
Awesome. Yeah, it's funny, man. I saw a very good post from God, his name's going to slip my mind. And it was for the folks that couldn't make it to ICAST, right? And he was talking about, it was Chris Payne Outdoors. And he's like, what a lot of people don't realize is it's not 100% like just walking around chit-chatting with folks. It's a lot of work. And I learned that today the hard way. I mean, it is humid here. I've probably drank 10 bottles of water. It was hot and sweaty, setting the booth up and boats and all that good stuff. So, I guess thank you, sir, for allowing me to be here.
Well, thank you for putting all that hard work in, man. That really helped out. We had a great team effort here. We had about 8 or 9 of our team guys getting things going. I mean, it just makes it really easy. The other thing that made it easy this year was passing on the outdoor demo, because being out from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., all that hustling, getting boats out there and back in here, man, that's madness.
I walked out there for a brief moment just to kind of see what was going on, and I was like, yeah, I'm going back inside. And I came in upstairs and the air conditioning was on, and I was like, oh, this is so nice. I almost sat down for a few minutes. Shout out to Trevor Randy's in the chat, says hi there, guys. Jeff Thompson tuning in on YouTube. He says, awesome, caught y'all live, can't wait for his unlimited. Garrett Pate, what's up, guys? Wish I was there. Craig Dye is in the house. What's up, Craig, gentlemen?
Garrett.
David Harper, see y'all Thursday.
Nice.
Corey Ref, Team New. But let's talk a little bit of NuCanoe. In the state of NuCanoe, you recently, and if you guys don't know, this is Blake Young, owner of NuCanoe. And you recently put a post out on kind of the state of NuCanoe as far as like manufacturing and all that stuff goes. I know every week I can't wait till I get my unlimited and things like that in the chat. So you want to kind of go over that, like where we're at, where we're heading, what does 2022 look like?
Yeah, certainly. It's been a wild ride this year. We started out, really hitting our numbers, doing well, but as the year went on, it just kind of got increasingly difficult. Just more and more headwinds that you face on the production side, labor first and foremost, just getting people in, keeping fully staffed, keeping the oven rolling so boats are coming out. That's been the biggest challenge this year and biggest thing that's kind of held us back on the production side. Second would be just some mechanical issues. Oven, rotomolded oven's a mechanical thing with a lot of moving parts, a lot of stuff, a lot of heat. So stuff happens, and over the years we've had things happen here and there, and this year it's been more frequent and just kind of some bigger stuff. So that's cost us, and just everything kind of adds up, and it's been a challenging year. But despite that, I think our kayak shipments are still up 60% this year. So a lot of the struggle has been partially just because of how strong demand has been, our desire to try to get all these boats out, get dealers, get the boats to dealers, and then we've run into these headwinds where we haven't been able to hit those production numbers that we target every week, pushing back shipment schedules and delaying shipments and just causing some frustration out there. But by and large, dealers are very understanding, customers are very understanding, impatient, yes, we get that, but every day we just kind of try to do the best we can to keep everything rolling, constantly adjusting on the fly, trying to cover things that are most important. There may be a shipment going out and the dealer's looking for 8 boats. Well, they might have 6 pre-sold. So we're saying, which are those 6? Which of the 6 you have to have? Sure. Trying to make sure we get them those 6. So in normal times, you may not even have to put any special effort into a shipment, going out. But these days, everything just takes more focus, more attention, more effort to try to keep everything moving and meet the needs of dealers and customers out there.
Yeah, for sure, man. I know it's been a struggle. I've talked to you a few times since the Unlimited was first released, and it's, I want to say that this man works his butt off for you guys out there, like nonstop. Like, you're answering emails, phone calls, Facebook messages, and things like that. I know, obviously, new boat. There were a couple that slipped out of the factory that may have had a flaw or two, but you took care of those right away. And I think you did that in a timely fashion. And the one thing I want to say, too, that I love about NuCanoe is that you're very open with what's going on, and you're continuing to give updates. And I think you don't see that from some of the other companies out there.
Yeah,
especially the struggles that everybody's going through.
We want to keep people informed. I mean, I would love for everyone to see like firsthand what's going on, the good, the bad, the ugly, everything. But, we don't have anything to hide. Every day we're putting forth our best effort, our whole team, in our office, in our shop, at our factory. And we're fully committed to trying to meet the needs, to get product out the door, to fill orders, to provide a quality product, to not have any issues. If there are issues, to resolve them. So, and yeah, there were some boats, like every year that got out that, man, that doesn't make the grade. That was a mistake. Right. And we worked to fix it.
Yep.
So it's just kind of how things go. And, when you launch something new, you don't always know, where the trouble spots are, where the hot spots are, or something might change slightly, and you just don't catch it in time. And then you start to hear reports, then you go back and really put the attention to it on the production side, eliminate the problem at the source, and deal with those that are already out there.
Absolutely. So this is a common question that pops up throughout these Unlimited shows that I do. Lauren Marms is asking, any idea when there's going to be some inventory available? Can't find a Frontier 12 to save my life. So what I normally tell people, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I've been wrong before in my life, I usually tell the folks to reach out to their local dealers. You continue to update those dealers on schedules and run times and things like that, correct?
Yes, we try to keep dealers as best informed as possible on when boats are going to come in. So yeah, the best solution really is to connect with your local dealer, see if they have boats on order, see when they're expected to come in, and get your name on their list, put the deposit down, whatever it is that dealer does. To kind of manage their incoming orders. Everyone's a little bit different, but that's really the best approach. As far as when there's going to be inventory where you can walk into a dealer and see 5 or 6 Frontier 12s and kind of kick the tires and pick the color you like, man, I don't know about that. We're working hard to make sure that doesn't happen. And as soon as those land, boom, they're out the door.
It's a crapshoot. Like the dealer I work with, I mean, it seems like every load of new canoes we get are sold before they even hit the showroom floor. And it's tough, but once in a while there is a boat or two that isn't sold. So, I always tell people, if it's a boat you want, put a deposit down on it, and that way you're in line, you're guaranteed on the next shipment. So, I mean, maybe try something like that. I know may not be the most economical for folks, but at least you're in line.
Yeah. Definitely working with your local dealer is the best way to go.
For sure. Aluminum tracks.
Oh, for existing owners?
Yes.
Yeah, we're getting closer. We've got we had a supply transition. The extruder that this is one of those things that just kind of comes up out of the blue one day. The extruder that's been extruding those tracks just decided to shut down their business.
Oh, geez.
And they sold their business, but not their production capacity. So the company buying it, got new customers, but not new capacity. So lead times went from 4 to 6 weeks to 26 weeks.
Oh, geez.
Then you got to scramble, find a new supplier, get the dies out there, get things rolling, get in their schedule. And so that's one of the things that's been holding us up. But we're getting close. So we have good stock on for production, and once we have confirmed ship dates and know our lead times and be sure that we're not going to run out for production, then we'll be able to start offering them to owners using that list that we set up. So if you're looking to get those, jump on that list, get your name in, because that's how we're going to notify people that are available. Just go in order of those signups, and I'll then give you the opportunity to buy if you'd like.
Right on, right on. Okay. Trevor Randalls is asking, when will the blind be released for hunting out of it?
The blind's in production. So again, if we had shorter lead times with fabricators and people that cut and sew, we'd have them now, but we are in the schedule. We should be able to ship those starting in, I think it's August. And after the show here, probably next week, we'll get those up. They're on the 2022 product list. It's going out to dealers this week. We'll get those up on the website as well for pre-ordering.
All right. Well, I would like to order one now. Can I do that?
We'll get your name on that list, Brian. You'll be at the
top. Well, will we have a glimpse of that this weekend?
Brian, where are you going after ICAST?
I'm leaving ICAST and going to Bowfest in Minnesota.
Let's just say we saved some surprises for Bowfest. So
okay, all right. We'll see what happens.
Maybe the first one of the first to get your hands and eyes on it.
All right. Might end up in a carry-on bag or something. I'm just scrolling through the questions here, trying to get through everybody's questions. ETA on the Boondocks bracket for the Unlimited.
Hey, that's another thing we'll be showing off here at the show. So as far as being able to produce and ship, should be 8 to 10 weeks, something like that.
Okay, all right.
So we've got we do have some prototypes at the shop. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. We will have we'll be looking to get some of those out for field testing. So if you own an Unlimited, own the new Boondocks landing gear, ready to buy that. We're going to want to get some of these out there so people can put them through the paces and just validate that everything works great and feels awesome. So stay tuned for that. That'll be coming out during the show here.
This is an interesting question real quick. Nicholas Beltran's asking, any ideas on making the drive with built-in cables inside the hull of the boat for the pivot drive?
It's something we've looked at. We talked about it with the Unlimited. Obviously we didn't do it like that. And not to say it's not possible, but to try to keep the boats as open platform to, function with all the systems, really it worked better just to keep it on the deck. So not to say it couldn't be done down the road, but it's not something that we obviously have currently. And, just kind of TBD whether we'd be able to do that in a way that would be beneficial to pivot drive owners, but not be a detriment to people who are doing a motor or using paddles.
Okay, cool. I like it. Somebody's asking about the transducer mount.
Well, that's probably a good segue into our little video walkthrough here, huh?
we got our very low-paid assistant that's going to run a camera, and we're going to talk about some of the different setups. I know somebody was asking about new boats coming out.
Well, let's see what we got here in the booth. So, this will be pretty kind of an abbreviated walkthrough. We're not going to get into all the details on each of the products and the things that we're going to show. We just wanted to give, the NuCanoe owners group, NuCanoe owners, really the first peek at what we have coming out at ICAST. So that's why we're doing this. We're going to give you a quick kind of, overview, rundown, just a teaser so you can see what's coming, you see what we got. And then throughout the show this week, we'll have much more detailed content answering all those questions, providing all the info that you want to know.
Let me see if I got to kick you out real quick because your camera's not coming through.
So while Brian's getting that set up, I'll say there's a couple other boats at the show here that you won't see. First off, we've got an Unlimited, the new product showcased. Because Unlimited came out this year, it's eligible. So we're really, and it's not your typical Unlimited. It's a little bit special. So we'll learn more about that in a minute. We also have a Unlimited Thunderstorm at the Motor Guide booth with a XI3 kayak saltwater prototype. And
we have one in here.
And we have one here that you'll see. And we have another Frontier 12 that is in the Mossy Oak booth. So there's some exciting news coming on that front.
Sorry, boys and girls. A few technical difficulties here real quick.
Guess we need a higher paid assistant, Brian.
Yeah. Yeah. Where's that Everett Park when you need him?
I know.
I think that's it. Somebody was asking, do we offer kayak covers?
Yes, we do. Kayak covers for all models.
Somebody also just realized what is the color of the flint behind us?
That's olive flint, just a solid olive with the Army camo, kind of digital camo decking kit. So that's not an official color yet, just something we're playing around with, and curious to know what you think.
Nice, nice.
All right, we got Everett live.
We got that guy live.
That guy, yeah.
So you guys are looking at a NuCanoe Unlimited. That's the blue and black color. Is that an official color now?
Yeah, the Patrol Blue is going to be an official color for 2022, replacing the Bulldog, red and black. So it's your first look at that. This is equipped with the Transducer retract system, which Everett will get around to show if it's there. You can't see it. It's not there. It must be retracted.
Yep.
He will show you just how simple it is to drop that thing down. And there she is. So that is going to be available in probably by October 1st. We should have that ready to go. But that's been out for testing with some of the team members and gotten 5-star reviews. And that's going to be an awesome addition to the Unlimited.
Yeah, it's pretty slick. That, as you guys can see, that rope comes right up through a little washer, mounts in the scupper hole, and then there's the actual I forget the terminology for that. That the rope.
Yeah, a little cleat to lock into. So
yeah.
It's
so you just pull that rope there, and then it just goes into the cleat. Then it's up, and then when you want it down, you just drop it right down. So that's kind of why that deck pad was cut that way, correct? So
yes.
With that in mind.
Yeah, that feature was put in there.
Yeah.
And you can see we're taking advantage of the wiring access plate to tuck all that extra transducer wire into the hole for a real clean setup there on the gunnel, the Unlimited.
Whoever did that did a great job. I'm just saying. Might have been myself.
Nice work.
And
then you're probably also seeing a different looking motor throttle there. That is the new EPS motor. We partnered with Newport Vessels, and the 180 NKS, I think, is the
NK 180.
NK 180 is the motor we're going to start providing shipping with the EPS system starting with the 2022 model year in October. So this will be really one size fits all. Right now it's different thrusts. It's saltwater, freshwater. This is really going to just simplify, streamline that, and give us a better performance. So really excited to partner with Newport and offer that motor as part of our EPS system.
So James O'Neill's asking a great question. If you hit something on the bottom with the transducer, it'll pop up automatically, correct?
Yes, it will. Our assistant can demonstrate that, but it's got a spring that pushes it down. So if anything touches it, when it's deployed, it'll just pop right back up.
Yep. This camera's lagging a little bit, boys and girls, but you get the gist of it.
So we'll get to more detail on that throughout the show. Lots of good stuff there on that Patrol Blue Unlimited. Next up, we've got the Pursuit, the Tundra Pursuit. I mentioned the XI3 Kayak Saltwater. Motor Guide is working hard on getting these available. Really just a matter of production and parts and all that good stuff. But this saltwater version XI3 will be available in the 2022 season. Don't have an exact date yet. It will have GPS, and the price point will be about $100 more than the freshwater version. So that is going to be a killer setup for those in saltwater areas to be able to take that XI3 and take advantage of that spot lock GPS technology, for fishing out in saltwater. Then we've got something here on that Pursuit that Everett will zoom in on. We have a new pulley that we're using, that we designed. It'll be available starting 2022 and be standard on all models. We'll be on the Unlimited, Pursuit, Frontier 12, and F10. It's the big wheel pulley. Got a big wheel, so it doesn't take as much force to retract the motors or the pivot drive. So just a lot better leverage on that. And then what is connected to that steering handle and retract cord is going to be of great interest to many. That is the new rudder system, Quick Connect rudder. So this it uses the exact same setup as the EPS motor. So you could literally take that rudder out and drop in the EPS motor, drop in the torpedo, different bracket on the back for the pivot drive, but it's the exact same Quick Connect system with the rudder blade that pulls up and retracts out of the water. So it with the pull on the cord. So that is a super exciting addition to the lineup. You can see it there functioning. We're going to go in more detail on that, but that is again probably looking about October for being available. Plug and play on any existing Unlimited, Frontier 12, Pursuit, F10, or Flint, using the same Quick Connect system. So if you already have a pivot drive, if you have the EPS, if you have the torpedo with the Quick Connect, all you're going to really need on this is the rudder blade, or the rudder blade and Quick Connect motor mount if you have the pivot drive, or we'll sell it as a complete system if you don't have one of those things already. But super excited about that. That is going to be a great addition to the NuCanoe lineup.
Is there another steering option? Did you talk about that?
No. But now that you said that, I was actually surprised. Our designer says, "Hey, take a look at this," and he whipped up in the shop a real rough prototype of foot steering. So I'm sure that question is going to pop up. Do you have foot steering? It will not be part of the original release on this system, but we are working on that, and it will be something that I don't doubt we'll be able to offer a foot steering version, or a foot steering like kit for those that want to use your feet to control it. So stay tuned for that.
Michael Cronin was asking about the Newport Vessels motor. That's a 24-volt system, not 12. I think James O'Neill, I'm not 100% sure what you're asking there.
Oh, he's talking about the XI3. So he just got the regular freshwater XI3.
Okay.
But yeah, so there is no release date on that saltwater. Really, it's just a matter of production components, all that stuff. They are certain it will be in the 2022 season. So sometime between now and summer 2022. Hopefully it'll be early in the year, but it might be spring 2022.
Mark Pino said, "Oh my God, a rudder setup." Yes. So yeah, it's super slick, man. When I saw it, like, I was kind of curious on like how it would look, how it would operate, and things like that. And it's pretty impressive. I love how it's compatible with that EPS system. So, like myself, I got an EPS system on my boat. So when I take the motor off, I could always throw that rudder on, and vice versa. Go back and forth, which is kind of cool.
Yeah,
kind of cool.
And one thing we'll do here throughout the show, you see the setups you have today with the Torpedo XI3, the rudder. We're just going to mix those up a little bit. So we have a pivot drive here too. It's not on for day one, but for day two, we'll have a pivot drive on one of these boats. We'll put the EPS on a different boat, and we'll mix it up so you can see just how easy it is to interchange these things. And we'll show that as well. We'll do some videos showing that.
For sure.
All right, now we got a very special Frontier 12 over here that we're going to get a close-up look at. Don't know if it needs a lot of words, Brian.
No, I saw this and I went crazy. I'm excited for this whole concept. I know you had discussed this with me long ago about kind of what was going on and leading up to this. And as a duck hunter, I was super excited. But I think a lot of the kayak hunting community is going to be super stoked for this, as that's a very big growing part of NuCanoe's business now. Is so many guys are using kayaks to access private or public lands through water access only and things like that. The duck hunting aspect, which I got to do last year, and it was an absolute blast. I'm hooked. It's just super cool.
Yeah, we're, like you said, Brian, we're fully committed to just growing the kayak hunting side of things. Everett, who we gave some grief to earlier, he's been spearheading that, start going back a couple of years, but really at the NWTF last spring, and just the attention the Frontier 12 got there. Then partnering with Mossy Oak for this special edition. Mentioned the duck blinds. The duck blinds will be Mossy Oak Shadowgrass for the 2022 season. So that's real exciting. And this Frontier 12 you see here, this is a special edition Shadowgrass Frontier 12. We're gonna have a limited number of these available this fall. We'll have details on how that's going down, but there will be an opportunity if you want to have one of these to essentially put a deposit down, buy a ticket that you can then cash in when they ship in the fourth quarter, October, November, December of this year. So we'll have more information out throughout the show and next week on that. But this Mossy Oak Special Edition is a killer setup. And that decking kit is not your standard kind of foam. That is a high grip kind of rubber surface. I mean, that thing, you're not going to slip on that. Waders, grass, mud, you're going to have a real solid surface. A real good grip, and it's not going to tear up like the foam might. Yeah,
it's not like sticky, but it's tacky.
Yeah,
almost. And because that was the first thing I thought of, like, that looks like it's not slick, like it's not going to grip like the foam. And then when I actually touched it, I was like, holy, like this is nice. It's actually got like a tack to it, which is going to be super awesome. Good.
Yeah, so pumped about that, and that's obviously got all the attention on that boat, but it's also equipped with a nice little Torqeedo 1103 hanging off the back. That is just drops right in again to the Quick Connect system. The exact same mount is used on that motor, the EPS, and the rudder. So not that you'd need to have all three, but just showing how interchangeable stuff is, how we're working to make it kind of a common platform across all the products and kind of things you can do with our kayaks. That just really demonstrates that. So great setup, great system. You buy a NuCanoe, you don't have to decide how you want to propel it for the next 5 years. You just get it going, and you always have the options to switch things around.
Tim asked, are the accessory grooved rails metal? Yes, the tracks are aluminum. So it's a lightweight metal.
Yeah, top load aluminum track.
My good friend Richard DeVries is tuning in. He owns Eastport Marina, one of our dealers down there in Tennessee, on Dale Hollow Lake in Tennessee. And he said it's going to be perfect on Dale Hollow corpse lands for hunting.
Nice.
Which I know he gets quite a few folks down there to come down turkey and deer hunting, and they access by water. So super cool. Where are we going?
Okay, wrapping up our setup for the show, we have the Unlimited Gulf Coast on the bottom down here with the tandem setup. Right now, that's all that's on there, just kind of a stock boat, just showing the tandem seating setup. And then above it is the Flint in the olive, the Northwest with the military camo. One of the things we've been really pushing for this year, we haven't been able to pull it off yet, but is getting the Flints onto a different type of machine for molding that would give us a lot more capacity on those. If that happens, that may impact our ability to do the multicolored kind of tundra, the black and on the ends, and we'd have to go to more solid look. So that's why we're trying this out, a solid olive with that other decking kit. Really just want to kind of see how that looks, show it off, and get your feedback on that. So, like I said, we're doing everything we can to increase production, to get more boats out, get boats to dealers, fill orders, and looking at all the options. And that's one of the things we're pursuing. Hopefully we can make it happen sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I know my good friend Jay Randall ordered an F12 in that olive green, and he's like in love. He's a camo nut enthusiast. He's my co-host on Paddle and Fin, and he just absolutely loves that solid, like he calls it OD green, but it's actually an olive color, and it's super slick. I know the lighting isn't the greatest back there, but I mean, you guys can definitely get the concept. It's just that dark dark green that you see in a lot of camo patterns for sure.
Yeah.
So.
Well, good stuff. Well, that was
man.
fun giving you all a quick rundown on that. Like we said, we'll come back with more details. So if you've got questions about things, you want to kind of learn more about how things mount or function or work, pricing, availability, we're going to cover that. We just want to give you all the kind of the first look at everything we're showing off here at ICAST 2021.
Michael Clarity is chiming in, and I brought this up to our guy earlier about the new decking material. It looks reflective or has a shine to it. So they actually make a flat finish, which I know that's in discussion. So it's already in consideration, man. I knew somebody was going to bring that up when we panned over to it. But
the Mossy Oak team was literally working overtime last week, end of the week, trying to get these things ready for the show. It's something they've been working on for a long time, and now just pulling it all together to make it happen. And so we have a great setup here, but no doubt it will get a little bit more refined, a little bit more polished before it goes into production and ships.
Matt Lintzman is asking, will the olive color or OD green be available in the Unlimited?
It's not a standard color for 2022.
Okay.
So that's not to say it couldn't happen or couldn't be something we do down the road, but as of right now, the 2022 color lineup is the really the same as we have this year, but the Patrol Blue replacing the Bulldog.
That's cool, man. I like it. I've seen a lot of those Bulldogs come out this year, and I gotta say I like the blue better than the red.
It's fun to change things up too. That red looked real sharp when it came out.
Yeah.
A couple years later, it's like, hey, let's try something new, and this is one that we've had our eye just had in mind for a while. So it's fun to see it come to reality.
Very cool, man. Very cool. Well, anything else, man? Final thoughts before show goes full swing tomorrow?
No, I think that's it. I mean, product wise and such, we'll have a lot more content coming out. Really just want to thank you all out there for being so supportive, being understanding when things don't go right the first time or when we're behind schedule. We get a lot of positive messages coming from owners. It's real fun to see. And a lot of times people are like, hey man, I'm frustrated, my kayak's not here. I understand. Just really want to know when it's going to come. So we're working hard every day to make things happen, get them out for you. And we're just really thankful we got such a great community of owners out there that support each other and that they kind of have our backs and are understanding when we aren't able to, deliver or meet expectations the first time. So we're doing everything we can. We talked, and I guess one last thing, we talked about the kayak side, but, on the accessory side, man, our shop crew, our guys, and, our team back at headquarters, they're killing it right now.
Yeah.
We are in stock on almost all items. There's still a handful of things like paddles that, we're trying to get those in. Don't really have a lot of control on that, but the things that we really produce that we have control over, we're firing on all cylinders. We're getting orders shipped quickly and doing a great job there. So we're looking forward to, the day we can say the same thing about kayak production and kayak orders.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Well, Mr. Young, I appreciate you meeting me down here this evening and sitting down to chat in the booth, and again, letting me come down here and do this show every week. It's been awesome.
Well, we appreciate you bringing the podcast on the road, Brian.
We got one more guest, so I'll relieve you out of your seat. We got one more guy that's going to jump in here for 1 second, just 1 second, because it took me a long time to find this guy, and if I let him get away from me for more than 30 seconds, I probably won't find him or talk to him again for another. There he is. Oh. I found him. Everett Park in the house. What's up, man?
Hey, buddy.
I'm glad I found you.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I just broke this.
Oh, yeah, sure. I just broke this. I told you you'd have to buy a new one, man. So we make fun of you every show that you're MIA and I can never find you and where's Everett Park. So what's new, brother?
Oh, man. We've been busy like everybody else, but so when the show switched to Tuesday nights, that kind of canned me being able to participate. That's when our religious services are, and I'm real regular with that. So I try to jump back in and watch them after the fact, and I successfully do that about half the time. So, but yeah, no, work's been really busy, and I appreciate guys like yourself just picking up all the slack, and life happens too, man. We've had some life stuff as a family, but you guys have been excellent filling in the gaps. But I'm glad to be here. It's
Right
been
on,
good.
man. Right on. So you've been pushing the hunting side of things. We're releasing the partnership with Mossy Oak. What are you looking forward to most on that end of things?
The part we haven't talked about. So you guys are just going to have to stay tuned. But I do like the shadow grass. It looks good. But there's another pattern, and you'll just have to stay tuned later this week. That is by far my favorite looking boat we've ever released. And it's not a special model. It's an unlimited that's here in the new product showcase. But for particularly for deer hunters, but really just for kind of old school hunting type people, I think it'll be a big hit. So, truth be told, though, we've actually been working on this for almost a full year.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting because you wouldn't think that much work would go into a partnership like this, but what really spurred it off, and I'm actually really glad. Oh, spurred it off. Yeah, I did that on purpose. But National Wild Turkey Federation spurred that off. I was part of some stuff with them and some giveaways and vendor stuff with them. And then when we kind of took the next step to become an official partner, so we're really the only kayak partner of National Wild Turkey Federation.
Nice.
Part of what came along with that was required licensing with Mossy Oak as their official partner for camo. So, I mean, we got BowFest later this week. We got the new product showcase here. And if you're just an outdoorsman in general, this is some exciting stuff. So,
heck yeah, man. Well, I appreciate you finding 30 seconds to actually be on this show that you helped me create. So I appreciate it, man.
I appreciate you just taking it and running with it, because as you can tell from the fact that I'm 99% sure I just broke your gimbal.
No, it's fine. I turned it on. We're good. We're good.
Technology in general is not my friend. It never has been.
Everybody knows that. Anytime I've tried to do a podcast with Everett, it's like, because his signal is just horrible. So
yeah, I have anything that I have successfully managed to pull off has been in spite of myself and technology. So yeah, no, we are very, very excited to be down here this week, but we're really excited to have you here, that guy with the forklift that's real loud, just pretty much everybody that has chipped in. I got to tell you, though, just from the pro staff and team standpoint, this is the easiest setup we've ever had, not just because we didn't do the demo, but also because we had so much awesome help. So I want to give some shout outs here, right now. So we had some regional directors here. We had Stuart Venable, Mark Savage. So Stuart's in the Atlantic. Mark Savage is in the Atlantic North. We had Will Reed from Georgia, who was very helpful. Ramel Labrador has been incredible. Give the man some credit where it's due. Ramel, actually, we've always called him the wizard because he's just good at wiring and motors and stuff. But he jumped in this booth this morning as a Newport Vessel employee, who's kind of here because of his relationship with us and the new EPS system. But he proceeded to wire my personal Torqeedo 1103, the Motor Guide XI3, the rudder, and pretty much everything else in here. That's just how Ramel is. So huge props to him. Buzz Burline, one of the newest team members we have, who's a fairly local guy, took some time out of his week to be down here. Matt Gibson, you guys
don't talk about that guy.
He told me not. I mean, Brian told me not to mention him, but Gibbs has been very helpful for everybody except for Brian. He's been more difficult than anything for him. No, we've had a really good crew here to help set up, and I'm grateful for that. Obviously, with COVID, it's made it kind of restricted as to how many people we could have participate and get here, and the ones that came showed out. So we were halfway set up by yesterday, finished the setup today, and we're going to be flip-flopping, like Blake said, a lot of these configurations throughout the show. So that's going to be kind of cool. And then hopefully, if everything goes well, the end of the week, we're going to be splitting up, and basically half of us are going to be going down to South Florida to try to actually put some of these products through the paces in some of the, in some of the real world scenarios that some of the products have already seen, but not all of them.
Sure.
We haven't had the Newport vessels offshore yet. I have had the Torpedo, but not the 1103. And the Unlimited has been in some pretty gnarly stuff, but not like what I'm going to probably put it through on Friday with Rob Valderay and some of the guys down there. And then well, not the other half of the crew, really just you. I wouldn't call you half the crew.
It'll be myself.
That wasn't a diet joke or anything like that, I promise.
You just call me fat, bro.
Brad Hurlboss, shout out to that guy.
Yep.
He's pulling some major strings up there for BowFest. So BowFest is a new event that we just really learned about this year. Really cool. I think Travis Tritt will be playing there, and it's at Mont du Lac in Decatur.
It's right on the border of Minnesota and Wisconsin there.
Yeah, it's Decatur, Wisconsin, I think is the city that's closest to it. But Mont du Lac is kind of its own city in itself. It's a big marina / like kind of outdoor center in itself. And we were invited there by some, kind of big time outdoors people. Shout out to Bridget Duffy. She's been awesome getting us set up for that show. And we're excited for that too. So it's going to be really cool because as soon as this show stops, you guys will be able to keep watching as some of the hunting stuff continues. So it's been a lot of work, but it's been it's going to be a great week.
Heck yeah, man. I'm super excited for it all, man. It's going to be an interesting ride this week. That's all I can say.
Interesting plane ride.
Yeah. Well, I've already had one of those.
What did Patrick say?
Something about Gibson. He's got, I don't care.
Poor Matt. Don't worry, I got you.
Patrick
hey, Everett,
Randolph,
join the gym. Thank you.
Patrick Randolph and Gibson, they're in a league of their own.
Yeah.
We'll just leave it at that.
Gotcha. Pat, yeah, I love you, buddy. Join a gym.
I love him too. But yeah, come on, dude. He's like thin as a rail. He needs to eat more.
Not this week.
But yeah, cool, man. Well, either way, Everett, thank you for sitting down for a few minutes tonight, brother. Looking forward to the week. Like Everett and Blake said, we will have more stuff to share with you guys throughout the week. Here at ICAST, if you're watching on Paddle and Fin, I'll be sharing up a bunch of stuff there from walking around. Dustin Nichols is coming into town, Drew Gregory, so we're going to all meet up and do some stuff there. And yeah, we'll catch you guys tomorrow. As always, boys and girls, tight lines, smooth paddling. Peace.